Paul Bidoff wants to know, apart from the stadium, what's the biggest difference this time around being at Shrewsbury Town than when you left?
I think, well, a couple of things. I think the training ground's obviously massively different. It's a tremendous training ground for a League One club. It's definitely worthy of being higher up divisions. So that's obviously amazing, the facilities and not having to wash my own kit, which is always nice. But I think just the whole aspirations of the football club. I think last time I was here, we obviously got to the League Two playoff final, but I think now we're looking at a club that we can build and really push, hopefully, at the right end of League One and try and get into the Championship at some point in the nearby future. Whereas when I was last here, that seemed like a long, long way away.
Andy Smith, how sore is your face? You don't seem to have stopped smiling since you joined.
Yeah, I'm not doing much for the lines around my eyes. I'm just smiling too much. But no, yeah, it's been an amazing couple of weeks. I'm really looking forward to sort of just knuckling down and concentrating on football. I must say I'm not one who really likes the limelight too much. So as nice as it's been with all the amazing comments, I'm looking forward to just settling down and hopefully doing what I do best.
Martin Hughes, hi Dave, welcome home. Can you tell me why you were called Dangerous Dave when you were at Wembley?
I don't know. It was a bit, when it first came round, I thought it was a bit insulting to start off with, but then it was, I think the fans kind of made out that it was quite an affable thing, and maybe because of scoring goals and arriving late in the box. I hope so. But you've seen plenty of memes and things going around of me as Walter White and things like that off Breaking Bad. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure on where it's come from.
Andrew Walker, would you rather travel to the future or travel to the past?
I think it sounds quite pessimistic, but I'd like to go to the past. I think, yeah, certain people you could see again, sort of certain things that you may do different, which could maybe alter things which have happened more recently. Yeah, I think in the past.
Dan Baker, Brie or Camembert?
I say I'm not much of a cheese eater, but I'd probably say Camembert just because you get to dip the bread in.
Salop Jack, what moisturiser do you use, you beautiful man?
Whatever my wife brings back for a moment, I'm always robbing her beauty products, so I need to put any moisturiser on, so whatever she wears.
Fulberry, what is Dave's favourite book?
I'm sure Paul will have an answer for that. Yeah, he helped me write my book, Paul did. But in terms of away from myself, I really liked Shoe Dog, which is the memoirs of Phil Knight, who obviously made Nike what it is today.
Blue and Amber fanzine, do you hate Wembley as much as the rest of us?
I've got a lot of unfinished business at Wembley. I've never played there personally, so as a Shrewsbury fan, I dislike it because of obviously not being able to win there, and obviously the torment which came with my last close appearance to Wembley. But I'm hoping we can put it right soon.
Chris Edwards, is it true your brother was a better player growing up?
Yeah, I think he's asked the question. Yeah, my brother was a better footballer than me when he was younger, yeah, definitely.
Busy lad, as a fan, what was your favourite moment as a Salop supporter?
Even though we lost the game, going to Wembley to play Rotherham in the, what had been called back then, auto windscreens maybe, it might have been called, but that trophy, that was a great experience. But I think probably the day we stayed up, I travelled down to Exeter, I can't remember what the year was, where we won 2-1, I think it was. To stay up anyway, stayed in the Football League that day, went on the pitch after the game. I remember sort of hugging Mickey Brown and players like that. I even got one of Ian Dunbaven's gloves. Still got that at home somewhere, so it's a strange one. Played with him a few years later, but yeah, that was a great day down in Exeter.
Jacob Joe, tea or coffee?
Tea.
Nick Edwards, is management something you'd like to go into after your playing career?
Possibly. I do really like the analytical side of football. I think I understand the game quite well, and I like to break games down in that respect, and I'm a player who likes a lot of information. Some players, they just want to go out and play with freedom, whereas I like a lot of information. The more information a manager or a coach can give me to help us win, I enjoy that side of things. There's not something definitely which I'm going to go into, but yeah, possibly.
Daz Carding, how did it feel playing against Shrewsbury for Wolves?
Yeah, that was a strange day. Obviously, we played a couple of pre-season games which were fine, but the actual league game, it was very strange. And to this day, I think it's the most nervous I've ever been in a football game. Because I was on the bench, I'd just come back from injury. I came on with about 20 minutes to go, and yeah, I was pretty petrified on the side. For whatever reason, it's strange, but the applause I got when I came on and the ovation was incredible, and something which I'll always remember. But yeah, it was strange, and even when Saka scored the penalty to make it 1-0, as a Wolves player, obviously happy, but at the same time I didn't feel like celebrating. I think if you watch the game back, you'll see me just trotting back to our half. It was a strange day.
Brad Clark, what do you think of the current squad of the players we have, and what do you think this squad can achieve in the near future?
I'm hoping it can achieve promotion eventually. I think obviously this season will be difficult. We need to pull ourselves away from the bottom first and foremost and try and solidify our position in the league. I think it's got the infrastructure and the sort of the foundations of a good squad here. I'm sure the manager will want to develop the way he wants to play, and we'll probably need another sort of transfer window in the summer and a real pre-season of work on that, and then I really think that we can hopefully push on. So I haven't signed here because I want to just come and play for the club of support. I want to come here and do well, and if I didn't think we could be pushing at the right end of the table, then I would have come.
Martin Berry, as a Town fan, what is your worst moment supporting the club?
Yeah, when we got relegated to the conference. It was a bit bittersweet really. We got relegated on a Tuesday night game, and then the last game of the season, Kevin Ratcliffe, the manager, had left, and Mark Atkins, who was the player at the time, being put in charge, and he named me in the matchday squad for the first time. So being relegated, which was as a fan was awful, but then off the back of it, I made my Football League debut, last game of the season, and then obviously played a few more games the following season. But yeah, as a fan, that was a really top end to that season after such a good FA Cup run, and we went 12-13 games without winning, and just sort of slipped out of the league without a real fight.
TCW 1993, are there any of the remaining fixtures that you're particularly looking forward to, and if so, why?
Not really. There's nothing really stands out. I think Luton, if we were playing them away, but we've obviously already done that. We've got Luton, I think that's on my birthday as well, or that around that time, which will be a nice game. Always nice playing against your clubs. I think maybe Portsmouth at home as well, playing against Kenny Jackie and Joe Gallen, who have such a good relationship at Wolves, and see they're high flying at the moment, and they'll bring a great crowd down to the meadow as well. So yeah, that will definitely be a good occasion.
Boss Star, how often have you thought about coming back to South after going to Luton?
I signed in the June, so probably July. Was that soon? It was strange when I left, obviously living away from home, and I did struggle a little bit, but I think everyone will understand. I sort of felt that I had a path to follow in football to try and achieve everything I could do, but it's always been in the back of my mind that if the opportunity arose and the time was right, then I'd always want to come back 100%, and that was the case right from when I left. And I've been so lucky and so fortunate to have the career I've had, and then to be able to come back and hopefully finish on a real successful couple of seasons with Shrewsbury.
Taylor Jackson 60, best player you've played with at club level?
Ruben Neves. He wasn't for very long, only sort of a pre-season, but you could see at 20 years old when he joined that he was he's going to be a superstar. He is unbelievable, and the links Wolves have got with George Mendes and things like that allows Wolves to get the players that they're getting, and when you get players like that, it's incredible. And I think Wolves fans should be very grateful that they get to watch these players week in, week out, and the club will grow with them players. I think it's just going to be only a matter of time before Ruben Neves moves on to a top 4 club and so.
Logan 01 STFC, what was your first thoughts when you heard Town were interested in you?
Well, it all happened so quickly. Jamie, I think people have been talking about it for a long time, but there was never anything really said up until last weekend really, when I signed, and then it was just, how quickly can I get here, get it signed and get the ink dry. Once I knew the interest was there, there's only one place I wanted to come. As I said, I had opportunities to go other places, but I really want to enjoy these last sort of 3 or 4 years of my career, and I think this is the place which I'll be able to do that.
Jimmy Hill, if you were to get promoted with Town, would it be the highlight of your already fantastic career?
Yeah, most definitely. Been lucky enough to play sort of in the Premier League, be promoted to the Premier League, big games in the Premier League. Obviously internationally, I think it'll always be hard to beat the moment where in the Euros starting the opening game against Slovakia out in Bordeaux. That was very, very special, but I think achieving something with a club which I consider to be a part of because of watching them growing up and being a proper fan, I think that will mean more to me than anything. And just watch Steven Gerrard's documentary and I show how much passion he's got for Liverpool and how much he wanted to succeed there. I feel it does matter more when it's a club you've grown up with, and say it'll be the biggest achievement of my career if I can be a part of the squad which gets the championship at Shrewsbury.
Following on from that question, Salopian Cole, would you rather have reached the 2016 Euro final with Wales or played in the 2007 playoff final with Shrewsbury?
That's a tough one. I think international honours and playing in the final would have been. I think I'd have to say that would be the best thing to happen. As much as it hurt not playing in the playoff final, but turn it to a League One playoff final to get into the Championship, I might take that one instead.
Top man.